This is our first episode with, we kind of know each other very minimally.
Very minimally, yeah.
But you just met. Introduce yourself
right now
to Kris and the fans.
Yes.
And me, really.
Yes. Hi, guys. Welcome to your basement. I'm Brent Lowrey, and I've been in Pennsylvania for less than a week.
Yeah.
So I'm as disoriented as y'all are. Driving out here, there was multiple times where I was like, "Where the fuck am I?"
That's what we want. We want you to have this little bit of fear.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Where did you come in from?
Portland, Oregon, and
right.
so we drove out here. We left last Friday from Tacoma, Washington, and we got here in 4 days. We got our keys to a place on South Street. We got a 2-bedroom apartment on South Street.
There you go.
We got that Tuesday morning. So our pod arrived with our mattresses and all our shit on Thursday. We had our first night in the place Thursday night, and so I got my first good night's sleep in 2 weeks.
It's you, just you and your girl in the place.
Yep.
No roommates.
No roommates. So we had 6 roommates in Oregon.
Fuck. I think that's low for Oregon, right?
Yeah, it's the standard. That's what and so this is a nice change because now if something's in the refrigerator, we know it's if it's not mine, it's hers.
Yeah. It's
versus versus stuff where you're God, I think this has been here for months. And
yeah. And that's also a weird dynamic. How old are you?
35.
Yeah, in your 30s, having office refrigerator thing at home, where you don't know whose food is whose.
Yeah.
In your 30s, that's a weird mental thing to do.
Yeah, it sucks, and there's always going to end up being not enough room in the freezer and a bunch of stuff that people wanted but never ended up getting, and it could be 3 roommates ago who moved out. It's all still there. Now it's also you have less incentive to clean shit up because you're I don't know whose mess this is, but now it's if it's not mine, it's my girlfriend's, so I can wipe down a sink and shit like that.
You're not this might get me sick if I touch this.
Right.
Whatever this is.
Backwash is still
it's valid.
Kind of touchable.
Totally. Drinkable.
The thing I learned about you was that you're not a Dolphins fan.
Not a Dolphins fan.
Even though wearing a Dolphins sweater.
Yep.
Because I am a Dolphins fan.
Right.
Because of Ace Ventura. But I think that's a bold choice where you were just given a team. And you were I'm just gonna. They're mine now.
It's such a good sweater. Even if it was my rival team, I think I'd wear it because it's not really. Most people who compliment it don't care about the sports, the part of it.
Oh yeah.
It's just
it's got that Cosby side on the left over there.
A little bit of that, but it's someone made this guy does. His name's Jack at Jack Sows on Instagram.
Okay.
SEWS. He does these customs, and he does every Friday he drops 10 custom sweaters, and they sell for over the years they've gone up in price. And so I've never had one, but I got my girlfriend a couple over the years, and then she got me this for Christmas.
Did you get ones that had brand name things too, or does he always incorporate that, or
no,
is this...
one of them had Alaska. Hers, so it was regional, and we've never been to Alaska, but I didn't get her anything that had to do with sports. This is the first one.
It's vintage.
Yeah, maybe she didn't know
sweet.
it's a football team. Maybe she was I love Dolphins in general.
What's funny is this was just a dolphin blanket or something that had to do with aquatics, and then he fused it with this, which is sweet. But she didn't.
That's sick.
She doesn't. I've never talked about the Dolphins before.
You gotta. I mean, Dolphins is a safe thing in Philly, but you got to be careful what teams.
Right.
You're wearing in Philly.
Yeah, especially when they suck very badly.
No, Dolphins you're safe because they're so
that's
bad.
Fine. Yeah, nobody has said shit really.
And it's also Philly is so I don't know the politically correct way to say it, but they're Dolphins are feminine enough where they're I'm not threatened by them.
Gotcha. If it was a Viking.
Yeah, they'd be what?
Hey,
what?
Who do you think you are?
The Bulls.
But you did this cool
Bulls.
thing with comedian Adam Flick. You did
Adam?
The apartment swap.
Yes, that was cool. It was something that I'd been pitching for years. This idea of a comic in a different city that has a good comedy scene trading rooms with me, because I was getting kind of bored in Portland, but I do love it. So I didn't want to just up and leave. I wanted to go experience the place for a month affordably.
Yeah.
And people. There was some leads in the beginning, but then for one reason or another, it wouldn't work. Like there was a girl in Brooklyn who had a cat allergy, so she couldn't come to our place.
They all have cat allergies.
Yeah, I guess.
I think you have to have that in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would just put out. I'd share it every couple months that this is this thing I wanted to do. I called it Flop Swap, like a flop house.
Yeah.
And I had met Adam last year when I was staying in New York for a month, and so I knew his place was cool. I knew he was like trustworthy.
Yeah.
And so when I pitched it last August, he said he wanted to do it, and we made it happen in November. And he came out. He stayed in my room. He drove my car. I drove his car. I hosted his shows. He hosted one of my shows in Portland. It was like a really cool way of doing it.
That is cool. Why that should be like a TV show.
It was awesome because I think there's websites where people can do that.
I
like
think they do
artists.
like Wife Swap or something.
I know they have
Wife
that.
Swap.
Whatever that is,
Wife
but-
Swap's one of those things. But it's like cool when you do it with somebody who's in the same community as yours because you can always hit them up and be like, "Where are the mics tonight?
Yeah,
Where's the
yeah,
good
yeah,
hang?
yeah.
Is this guy cool?"
And like, it's like also because Portland has a helium, and Philly has a helium. It's almost like if you work at like a company where there's an office in a different city.
Yeah.
You're kind of like already connected. It's easier to
Definitely
transfer.
easier. I think that there's, it's the same thing as if you try to get into any club. There's a whole list of people that have been trying for years. So
Yeah.
you can't just move somewhere and get grandfathered in or like,
No.
it's less A to B, B to A type
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
But it is good because they're all the managers are on the same conference calls with corporate helium.
Right.
So like our manager in Portland told people in Philly, like, you better take care of my guys. 'cause
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
Yeah.
What was it about? Go check that camera. What was it about?
No, please.
Please, Chris. What was it about Philly that made you like be like, damn, I'm gonna move there?
So it wasn't on that wasn't the plan. I wasn't expecting to be like, and now I'm gonna live here. But
So when you weren't coming to Philly with, I'm gonna check it out to see if I want to live there.
not really. I had been to New York for a month thinking like, oh, what would it be like to live here?
Yeah.
But it's so expensive. I didn't really see that in the cards for happening quickly.
Yeah.
Especially because I wanted to move with my girlfriend, and that 2 people in New York
Right,
is
right.
like crazy.
And
But-
the cat allergies too. Too much.
Did you bring the cat?
Too many
We don't have
goddamn
cats.
cats.
It was one of the roommates
Oh,
at the house.
oh.
We don't have cats.
Was one of your 6 roommates a cat? Is that? is
No,
that
I mean, I guess you count cats. We had at one point like 8 roommates, but no, we basically. Where'd I go on this?
oh, why you moved to Philly?
Right.
Why-
Okay.
right.
So I wasn't planning on moving here, but it's so close to everything. It's like
I know.
you can get to New York in an hour and a half.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
get to DC. You can
Mm-hmm.
get to Baltimore. They have their own outskirts road gigs.
Sure.
Where we're at
Where
right
we're
now.
at, yeah.
You know,
And
like,
the airport's pretty accessible from Philly.
yeah.
It's less like from here. I would sooner go to Newark, but Philly, like you could just train it down. Or
Right.
Uber.
Or go, to Newark if there's
Yeah,
cheaper
yeah,
flights out of there.
Yeah.
Also, just the Pacific Northwest is awesome, but it's so isolated from the rest of the country.
Okay.
You have Portland, and then you have Seattle, and I guess Tacoma's in between there. But there's not very many major cities within, 800 miles, really.
Uh-huh.
And here, you could go in a lot of different
Sure,
directions and
yeah.
find
Oh, yeah.
bigger cities. So the idea is to come out here and be able to meet a lot more people, comedians, clubs, all that stuff.
yeah.
And Philly's a little more affordable than New York. I like the people. I know there's like that's funny.
The
It
way
just starts
he's-
with. But I
yeah,
actually.
I on the other hand like the people.
Well, they go.
Like
They
what
have this
you-
grizz, like tough.
Yeah, is that do you think that
Reputation.
is that more reputation than actual I never really I mean it definitely depends where you go.
And how you carry yourself, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be like
And if you're a poser or not, you might just be looking tough, but you're not.
dude, it is a weird
You can't back
city.
it up.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
What do y'all think of it from out close enough that you? Because
yeah.
What do you think of Philly people when
I think we get lumped.
Depends
we're
what
like
you're there
close
for.
enough where like we're like yeah, I guess like
If you're not an Eagles fan,
but the thing
and
is
you're at an Eagles event,
that is the honest like
very obnoxious
benchmark is like Eagles fandom.
Yeah.
But if you are like a fair weather Eagles like the Eagles fandom is so weird. The Eagles were terrible. Like if you're like older than 18 years old, you knew a different Eagles franchise. And like that almost became the glue that got everybody in the city bound together, was this like addiction to pain through our team.
Yes.
And if like so now, now the Eagles are good and the Phillies are good.
So you guys are real confused on
it. But they don't, and this is the thing I disagree with. They don't like
in people's faces.
Well, they don't like fair weather fans. They're like, they could sniff out if like you just became an Eagles fan, and that really they'd sooner be mad about that than like a Cowboys fan, which doesn't make sense to me. Like I want more fan. Like I don't mind if you just became a fan of the Eagles.
No, I like that.
No, that's
they respect authenticity.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted you to have been in the pain.
If
it's like a rock band, like an indie band that gets huge.
Well, it's like if you
it's like you sold out. It's like no, you got successful. You did what we wanted to happen.
Or like if you have a family and there's like 10 kids in the family, and when like we're the oldest, when our parents they were poor as shit. You know, we lived through. Now we're 18, and the young kids in the family now our parents are rich somehow.
Yeah.
We're gonna look at our younger siblings.
They're soft.
It's like you didn't have to.
Yeah.
You didn't go through what we went through.
Well, and it's the identifying with the same franchise without identifying with the pain. So like when you see, I understand it. The only thing I can compare it to in Portland is progressivism. Like it's the same sort of thing where they can sniff out who's just there. I don't even know if they can, but the culture dictates that you would at least be in the same way that people are
struggle
like. That people are like, go Birds, is the same way people will be like, yeah, fuck ICE. But whether they mean it or not, they're like, that's how you would get into a circle of friends.
That makes a ton of sense.
That's the only thing I can compare it to is you have a bunch of people in Portland who are like, Trump sucks. And they maybe feel that way. But they know that to say anything else would be to get like excommunicated. Yeah. And so that's the only thing I can compare it to.
What's the ratio? What's the ratio like that of people that are like pandering to the side that won't get them in trouble in Portland? Because I think the
Wait, do you mean ratio of
authentic?
You're saying people that all believe the same thing, but who's true?
Like, okay, like the Eagle, like the percentage with Eagles fans that are true Eagles fans, I would say there's probably 30 to 40% real Eagles fans, and the rest are bandwagon jumpers.
And the one distinction I would make is like there are diehard Eagles fans who would at least respect a Cowboys fan who's been a Cowboys fan for 30 years more than somebody who just became an Eagles fan. That doesn't exist in progressivism where they're like, look, I know you're a diehard MAGA guy. I respect the guy who's committed to their cause. That's not the same thing.
You like Trump in the 80s before you knew he could run.
With all due respect, Trump was a Manhattan liberal in the 80s. So he's flip-flopped more than anybody.
So he's new to his own movement.
Yeah.
But the politics part of it, the history, because I don't know any of that shit. But that aside, I think that Portland people would still prefer somebody who switched to liberalism yesterday over somebody.
That's what I always, because
the dumber the better, really.
Even if it's not authentic, they're like, well, good, at least you're saying the right thing. And
I never understood that about progressive.
Don't ask any questions. Just what I say. Just believe that.
The progressivism thing, because I mean, I'm like a liberal guy, but I grew up in a shitty small town. So where my starting point was very much not like if you grew up in like the Upper East Side, you know, and you're like raised in a liberal household, where you started and where I started is way different.
Right, you're small town liberal, which to Portland would probably be like
a MAGA
centrist. Like at least.
But wouldn't I be more progressive if I get to a point where I'm like, yeah, gay marriage is really totally fine? Where like if you start here, where like, dude, I wouldn't say I was homophobic when I was younger, but like I definitely never met.
Born in the kid in the 90s.
So isn't that more of a progress? Like I feel like progressive people sometimes get upset if everybody's not exactly where they are.
Even if they started there,
you
should be credited for the distance.
The distance
you've
chose.
Made more progress.
Yes.
And honestly, you've shown that you're moldable and like open to more ideas.
Yes.
If you've started somewhere and come to that versus
exactly.
like, oh, I'm progressive because both my parents were.
Yeah, you
It's
just
like,
were born into it.
Right, and that what you're telling us is that you might have been the same if your parents were both on the opposite side. You would
Proof
be that
of
too.
open-mindedness. Like
Yeah,
you actually changed.
Well, there's also progressive if in the other way.
Well, yeah.
I guess they're called regressives.
That's regressive. I'm a regressive.
If you like start more like centrist, and now you're more
Right.
MAGA.
Yeah.
Like, but that's also progressive in their eyes.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure. It's not labeled that.
Kris
but
is
yes.
feeling he's on Fox News, so he's feeling very uncomfortable.
We took a hard shift into this, but I think we all three wanted to go here. Yeah, it's what's fun, and to bring it back to the original question is like, if you're liberal in Philadelphia, or in Pennsylvania, in a swing state, I believe you.
Right.
If you're liberal in Portland, I'm like, I don't know.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
It's just like you're pandering.
You don't
and
know.
not everybody
You
is.
might be trying to get a date
Right.
in Portland
Yeah,
doing that.
yeah,
and I
yeah.
think, dude, we saw that plenty of times when the protests happened in 2020, following the George Floyd thing. There was
Yeah.
there was.
Well, you got to tell Kris. You know you know what he's
You
speaking about.
remember this, yeah.
The Fox News crowd said something very different.
It happened in May, and Portland was one of the few places.
They call him the thing. That thing.
That thing, yeah. The act of God.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So they had the protests in May, but Portland was one of the very few places that still was restricted from COVID. Like we didn't have, you couldn't go to bars yet.
Yeah.
And so almost the entire country was easing their restrictions and starting to go out in public, but we weren't. And so when the protests happened, they became essentially Coachella for progressives. So everyone came out. They were there for months. People had tents. People were walking around naked. People were smoking weed. It was like a party. And my girlfriend, before she was my girlfriend, she was getting hit up like, do you want to go to the protests together on Tinder and stuff? Like it was a thing. Oh, yeah.
So they were like, but they were violating the COVID restrictions.
But it was the one cause that liberal people could say was more important than not killing your grandma was fighting for. Yeah. Up until that point, anytime you wanted to go out, you were defying science and you were risking people's grandparents. But then when a cause came that, like, because we do a lot of fucking algebra.
Sure.
Where we're like, well, race is more important than science, and so we can all go out to protest police brutality, even if but we got to wear masks. And it was a wild time, but it took on a lot of things that had nothing to do with the cause.
Right.
It had to do with people missing socializing.
Yeah.
It's like a weird backwards way of. It's very performative. Oh, yeah. And people who are being passionate in a swing state and like really they're not doing it for like to be a part. I mean, they might be doing it to be part of a community, but it's a community that they would probably be choosing to be in.
There's a lot more dopamine rush reward in, it's like why are you doing something? Are you doing it because you're like really excited about that actual cause and movement, or are you getting a dopamine of like, oh my God, I'm a hero, and everyone sees my posts and likes my activism.
Social media, that's why I super respect protesters from like pre-social media days. Mm-hmm. Like they got no credit.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean, that's not why. I'm assuming not why they did it. But like
they weren't doing it to get their picture in the paper the next day.
Yeah, or even like get likes. Like people like do like I know people that like
from the paper.
I know people that like posted about.
You just go up to people on the street.
No, there's people I know that like post about like super like whatever, like they're very passionate about different things politically that didn't actually even vote.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so like we're in this weird, like it's all like kind of ego, self-serving.
People battle everything. Like they want to be like, fuck the system. I don't vote. But then they're like battling things within the system.
Yeah,
it's like, okay. Well, what are you gonna? Should we storm the Capitol then? Like, what do you say? What's the right thing to do?
I guess the argument could be like, if you had a point that you made on social media that was poignant and it got shared by a bunch of people, you could, in theory, be affecting more people than a vote. But
'tis true.
I mean, you would think that you would also be doing the one voting.
Well, like because that's what you're trying to persuade is the vote,
right?
And then if you don't even use your vote,
it seems a little hypocritical.
It's a little hypocritical.
Yeah,
but that's why I love like these like small town gigs. Like that's kind of like because I lived in New York for a while, and my worldview, I probably am not left enough for there, but I'm definitely too left for my hometown.
And there is like different because Brooklyn is like a different subset.
Sure, yeah.
Honestly, I went to Bushwick, or I think it was Bushwick, wherever. They had a rooftop comedy show during the pandemic. It's not Flophouse, but it's
Tiny Cupboard.
Tiny Cupboard.
Okay.
We went there and went to an open mic, and it was hosted by two, I think they were trans lesbians, and they ran a mic where I was like, oh, this is blowing my Portland brain. I didn't think it got more liberal than this.
Yeah.
But it did. It sure did. And so you probably wouldn't be liberal enough for there, but I'm sure in like Manhattan you would still have more of like a liberal thing.
I had a weird in LA. There was Hamburger Mary's. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's like known for, they do drag shows and drag queen stuff, but they had just had a comedy show, and I had never heard of it anyway. So during my set, it's like the whole bar is like half drag people, queens. I don't know the appropriate thing, but
you don't look like you would.
But anyway, so I'm kind of like holding back on certain things, and just like they're like liking it, and then they're like, no, say it. They wanted me to get like, so I'm like, I don't. That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. They're telling me they want me to say like,
but it feels like a trap.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was talking to them after the show. They're like, the fag is great. Say that. We love that shit. So then back in New York, I kind of was in that mindset, and I'm like, oh, right. No, this is like, liberals, they like to whatever. And they're just like, no, I don't. And I'm like, no, but they said that's
it doesn't.
Cool. That I can. And then they go, all right, I guess I'll not again.
Yeah. When I was in college, my sister's boyfriend was black, and he came to visit us.
Is he still?
He still is, but he's not her boyfriend. And I don't know. He could be dead. Yeah. Or he could have vitiligo.
He would still be black if he's dead.
That's true.
The weirdest thing would be if he's not black anymore.
Right. It was Michael Jackson.
It was like.
But he told me in college he came to visit the year Watch the Throne came out. So we were seniors in 2012. And song was on, and I was like, oh, but I can't say it. And he was like, you're allowed to use the word if it's in lyrics. And that was not true.
That's not true.
But he like planted this seed similar to what the drag queens planted in yours.
Yeah.
Where I took that out, and I was like, oh, the universal rule is if it's in lyrics.
Yeah.
And I got checked down several years down the road.
They're like your lyrics. It's like a song you wrote.
My new song. Yeah, that's funny.
No, but like I love.
Hey, I wrote a new song.
I wrote a new song. You're not gonna love
that. I'd love to perform for everyone.
But it really expresses how I feel.
I would like because it was. I'm probably not the most liberal, but I like when we go back to the progressive thing. I know I've like came a long way because like I mean, dude, try to do like a gun control bit at a Rod and Gun Club in Boyertown, Pennsylvania. They're like, we're gonna shoot you.
Yeah.
And like that's fun though. You get a bunch of rednecks mad. There's nothing better on earth.
I love a good road gig. I mean, even coming out here, I'm like, dude, where?
Well, so
what's
weird about here, and you're not gonna. I mean, depending, if you come up here, like Bethlehem specifically, this area,
Yeah.
the Lehigh Valley, is like the third largest metropolitan area in the state.
Yeah.
But it doesn't know it. Like it still thinks it's all small towns. Like this is Nazareth. Nazareth doesn't leave Nazareth, but it's like they don't even know they're in this like bigger city. So
What does that equate to in terms of like audience attitudes?
That's a good question.
It depends.
It really depends, like where we're going tonight for the show.
Because
is, like,
there
we're
are
very liberal.
It is the same. There are like rural and then urban, suburban.
Yeah.
Like
like
but
right
even
now,
within Salisbury, West Salisbury is different than the east. So
Is this
it's
Delaware? Salisbury?
oh no,
sounds
like
like another
Allentown.
part of.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very regional.
Like right now,
within regions.
you're 10 minutes away from like being in the middle of a cornfield, a housing project, and skyscrapers.
Yeah.
It's like there's this. It's like this crazy, like
yeah, Amish. There's
Amish
Right.
mansions. You know.
Well, I mean, part of the reason that I came out here was because in the Pacific Northwest, it's like you really have to pick one side. Like if you're in the city, you're kind of expected to be progressive and liberal, and then a lot of the places anywhere beyond 25 miles have been kind of like, we live here because we don't actually like what's going on over there, and so it's very polarizing.
Yeah, it's almost more segregated than a place like politically.
Racially, it's too white to even be segregated for the most part. Oregon, but yeah, politically, there's not a lot of room to exist in nuance or anywhere in the middle, and so I'm excited to be in a place like this because my act will just have to be me, not this like. I don't want to say pandering, but in the beginning, you kind of are.
You gotta survive.
You're surviving. And so, but over the course of 6 years in the Pacific Northwest doing comedy, I could write jokes that were going to work in the far right room and the far left room, but sometimes they were still like dictated by the choosing of sides. And it's like, I hope that being here allows me to find my true feelings about things because I think I wasn't in a climate where I was like able to really express them without some sort of
that's actually that's super interesting to hear that because the common thought would be the opposite,
which is
like being in a place where you feel like
if everyone makes you comfortable
that you could be your most true self, but that might not be totally true because if you're in a place where you feel like you are accepted and everybody agree, we all have the same viewpoint. If like something comes up where you have a opposing viewpoint, that doesn't change who you are, but like just because of the one other view, but you might be scared to say it.
For sure.
You know, but like in a place like that's kind of why I love being here is because like, I mean, if I'm not saying, if you don't say like certain things, like things you can probably imagine, you're going to be fine. Like there are terrible things you could say.
Right.
And as long as you avoid saying those,
right,
you're not holding like some.
And the other great thing is if you have a shit show, it's
nobody
like,
cares.
Who gives a shit?
Nobody's here. Nobody's watching.
10 minutes down the road into another weird little stupid thing, and it'll go great. And who cares?
That was the same thing I felt out there. Is it's like because it's so isolated, no matter what happens, it's like great training ground.
Yeah.
But
should I check?
Yeah, you could check. Which do you have like a timeline plan? Like how long you want to stay out here?
We signed a 9-month lease, so we're at least going to be on South Street through November.
Dude, you're gonna love the summers. It's so fun.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be so fun.
I know that there's periods where it's gonna be brutal. Like
it gets fucking really hot.
And summers on South Street should be kind of wild.
Fun.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun,
especially this year because there's so much going on in Philly. They got the 250th anniversary. They got the World Cup, and then they got the All-Star game for baseball. So there's like a bunch of different summer reasons why that street will just be crazy.
And comedy goes pretty fun in the summer. Like,
does it?
Yeah. It's fun in Philly because like the winters are so brutal.
Yeah.
And you came, if you would have literally came 2 weeks ago, you would be like, we made the wrong choice.
Right.
Because there was like literally cars being frozen solid.
Yeah. Right. We saw some of those videos.
And so now we're past that.
Right.
But
yeah, we got the right months. We did 9 months from March through November. So like if we aren't loving it, we won't have to stay for those coldest, most brutal months.
Yeah.
But
put it this way, if you're not loving it at the start of like October or the end of October, nothing about the next couple months is going to make you like
right.
it.
What's fun is that the last time I was here, I flew back to Portland like December 9th, and it was as cold as it was when we first got here, but it's warming up now. So it's like I didn't get anything lower than like, I don't know, 20 degrees.
Okay.
So,
yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we got
because there's not a ton of days where it's like super cold, but like you had the snow, you had everything. It's just like, especially in like Philly, they don't do a great job of like snow removal,
right,
or trash removal. Be careful with that.
Yeah,
trash removal, it gets a little stinky in there.
Yeah.
Did you live in Philly ever? Like, I never did.
Yeah.
Never went down that way.
Where did you live when you were in Philly?
Manayunk.
Okay.
So,
the burbs a little bit.
A little bit right outside, like Roxborough, Manayunk. Yeah.
We figured that if we're coming to Philly, we might as well go to the heart of it. But
yes, dude.
What's fun is that a lot of people in Philly, who have come by this week and seen the place, they're like, "Whoa, I never knew anybody that lived like on South Street, in the heart of it." And so,
are you opening up a cheesesteak shop? Why are you on South Street?
Yeah, we're right by Jim's.
Yeah, Jim's is good. Yeah.
It's loud at night, but we're usually out till 1 or 2 doing comedy.
Does she go to comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
She's funnier than me, dude. She's great.
Nice, good. Should have brought her.
I know. So we're trying to like. She needs to find her own. If we go out everywhere, people already know me from my month here.
Yeah.
So she gets met as Brent's girlfriend, and she's funny enough that she needs to like go. Do that.
That's very cool. But I mean, if you next time you come out like for a road gig, just come out.
Oh, we'd love to.
Yeah,
that's nice of you to invite her.
Yeah. So should we get down to business? Get down to brass tacks.
Let's do what I came
Swear
here
him
for.
in.
Yeah. We got to swear you in first.
Perfect.
So the process of that is you say 5 swear words in any way you want.
Depending
in any
on
version.
what region you're in,
Yeah.
pick which words will work.
Just don't quote that one song you wrote. That's
Sure. Let's see. So I put my hand on the beer.
Yeah, that's a good addition. I like
Fuck,
that.
shit, cunt, pussy, penis.
Penis as a swear.
Fuck, shit, cunt, pussy is like almost everybody's first 4.
But it's so funny to see how they hit like the order of people.
The last couple, it's funny to watch people be like, should I
original.
say this thing?
Yeah, penis is funny. Because
Penis is the best.
Remember, did you guys ever play the penis game in
Yeah,
middle school?
yeah.
So it's like the OG
Yeah.
word you're not supposed to say.
Yeah, penis is one of the best words that they got.
Yeah.
All right, so we're still rolling over there?
Yes.
You want to just check one last time just to make sure? It's usually not like this.
Is it the podcast where they get up every 5 minutes?
All right, so we have the audio. This
Certain things stop at different times, so it's just like
we've lost so many episodes. we just did that whole episode and nothing was recorded.
This is episode 13 out of. But there's been 40 or 50. All right.
So you're sworn in. We got the honorable
Brent Lowrey.
Well, should we? I guess. Do we say judge? The honorable judge. How do we do it?
he is judging. Yeah.
Got the honorable Brent Lowrey.
Cool.
Yeah.
Judge Brent Lowrey.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, so you have the audio. Pull it up.
Oh.
So this is coming from Frank. I don't know if he's the plaintiff or the defendant. You would know better than me.
I don't know what I was sent.
It's on Facebook,
okay.
Facebook.com. That brings us to our sponsor, Facebook.com.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to turn. Wait, let's see here.
Thinks that a bagel is meant to be eaten
All right,
one
restart
side
it.
at a time. All right, so my girl thinks that a bagel is meant to be eaten one side at a time. I personally think a bagel comes as one full unit. We cut it in half to add to the bagel, and then you put the halves back together, and then you eat the bagel as a unit.
Okay, so what Frank is trying to say here is that the right way to eat a bagel is as a unit, as a total unit. Girlfriend says it's to be eaten half by half.
Half by half.
You want to declare your side?
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I think that I would represent the side where you eat them separate.
Okay. Defend it. I don't have to ask you to do that. I'm the other, obviously the other lawyer. I shouldn't be having to ask you.
Well, no, I was trying to think. Wait, he puts them together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am for the other one. What's that? The plaintiff? No, wait. I'm not defending this guy. I'm defending. I think he's the plaintiff.
He's the plaintiff.
Because he's bringing this.
He's bringing the case.
Yeah.
So I'm defending his girlfriend.
Against anybody who eats bagels.
Specifically his girlfriend.
Specifically his girlfriend.
I'm representing his
This
girlfriend.
does feel a little personal. It feels like
Yeah. So
we'll keep it about the issues.
Yeah.
So first of all, the bagel's made. It's not. You don't grow bagels on a tree, right? It's made how it's made, and there's no rule or assumption that they should always be together. So the human process is already at play. And I think it's presentably, you spread shit on, when you cut it in half, you spread it on a flat part of it, and you hold it and bite. You could do a sandwich, but there's a sandwich. There's nothing in the middle.
It's not a sandwich. Your objection, Your Honor. It's not a sandwich. It's a bagel.
And when you do put something in between and you get like something like bagel sandwich, that's too thick.
Again, objection.
It's too thick.
Are you saying that a bagel can never be a sandwich?
A bagel can't be a sandwich.
You can't put things in a bagel to make it
It's a bagel.
I feel like that might be in my favor. I feel.
Maybe.
But my point is,
listen, I have to defend.
you can't have
client.
a butter and jelly sandwich.
I'm going to rule that a bagel can be a sandwich.
Oof.
I think that
You
that's
can
on
sandwich.
the menu
You
at
can
Dunkin'.
sandwich anything between bread.
I'll concede that.
Is true.
I'll
Sandwich.
concede that.
A sandwich is 2 halves of bread.
So is a
which
hot
bagel-
dog? A hot dog's a sandwich?
See, this is a.
It has sandwich. A sandwich.
Be careful.
I would
not
like
very
that-
progressive. Of
I
you.
would like that argument stricken from the record.
Do you think
That's a whole different
a
argument,
hot dog-
Your Honor.
Objection. A hot dog. Take that to hot dog court.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, our jury's
Is a hot dog
not
a sandwich?
supposed to know about the hot dog argument.
I'm going to rule that a bagel can be a sandwich, but a hot dog cannot.
Okay. That's fair.
I agree with one of your points and disagree with the
Here's side note. Here's what you'll also learn.
other. Okay.
Hot dog fandom is huge up here. Almost more than
Chicago.
left and right
Oh.
politically.
Objection, leading the witnesses.
No, it's not, I sidebarred
It's
the
a sidebar.
Oh, okay.
I sidebarred.
I'm new in
Don't,
town.
don't
I'm new in
even.
town.
I'm
This
just trying to
is
tell
good
him.
info.
You didn't
Yeah.
even ask to approach the bench here. Come on.
I don't have to.
We're all at the bench.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small court.
We're all
there's
on the
big,
bench.
Big. No pun intended. There's big beef in the hot dog.
Okay. That's why I'm going to rule, just predicting the outrage, that a hot dog cannot be a sandwich.
You might be barking up the wrong tree in Philly.
But I think everybody sensibly, anybody passionate about hot dogs would agree, hot dogs, not sandwiches.
I would
But
say that,
bagel with cheese and meat between it, it fits in the hands much.
All right.
It's eaten with the same
Okay.
fundamental technique as a
All right.
sandwich. So a bagel can be a sandwich.
That kind of goes in my
Okay.
favor, though.
I
But-
do question why whether bagels grow on trees or not is relevant. Why is that relevant?
Well, I was starting from the foundation of he was acting as if the bagel was meant to be this together object. And it's like, no, you make it, that's how it gets made, and then you cut it just like a loaf
in
of
the eyes
bread.
of God, in the eyes of God.
A loaf of bread, you slice it up, that's
I mean, a banana comes on a tree, and that's something you eat separate from
Right?
the
In the eyes.
peel.
Okay, are you done with
I
your
think
opening
we're
remarks?
speaking bread and bananas
We're in
on
a
this.
we're in a lot of semantics, but I see
Sandwiches. Are you done with your opening remark? I would love that because I have also an opening remark.
Well, I mean, I guess in summation, I just wanted to say that the bagel experience is a cut, spread, and then eat separate. You don't put it back together
No.
because that would be a sandwich. You're not making a sandwich. You're having bagel. That's all.
Okay.
You put it together. It's too thick. It's too hard. Doesn't work unless you're going for a sandwich.
A bagel, with all due respect, Your Honor,
Let's hear your case.
a bagel in the eyes of God. Okay, there's a process.
Enough about the Jews.
It gets baked, and the final at its resting place is a perfect bagel, and that's how it's to be consumed. Okay, the proper way. My client, what he says is the proper way.
You wouldn't cut it if that's perfect to you. You wouldn't cut it then. You would.
You can cut it.
You would spread shit on the bare bagel by
Objection. Hypotheticals. That's a hypothetical. There's no.
Sustained.
Thank you.
Let's hear it.
Thank you.
I think it's speculation. You're going
Speculation. I was going to say that. You didn't let me finish. You can cut. You could spread. You can apply whatever additions to the bagel. But if those halves aren't together, it's no longer in the eyes of God a bagel. That's how she intended it to be consumed as one unit. And that's what my client argues. Anything less of that, you're no longer eating a bagel.
That's like saying that if you're having a slice of an apple, you're not eating apples. You can eat apples in slices.
You're not. You're eating a slice of an apple.
Which is apple.
Not in the eyes of God, it's not a full apple.
But it's most enjoyed. Most people, you can have bites.
We're talking, but the thing is, you eat the full apple. You consume the best way to consume a full bagel is halves together, eating as the way our Lord intended it to be consumed.
I think it's like toast, in which you don't go into it knowing that you have to eat two whole slices of toast. You go into it, you cut it, it's presented in a way that is, you have one thing, then you go, oh, you know what, I could do more of that. And then you have another one. You're not expected to eat 4 slices all the time.
By your logic.
So a bagel, you don't take a whole, because that would
yes, you
guarantee
do.
you're eating. No, you could have a half a bagel and that be part of.
It's not how you're supposed to consume the bagel. It's not. It's not the way. A bagel is to be. You put both halves back and you consume it. It becomes one unit.
A jelly butter sandwich or whatever you put on.
I want to be a little casual as a judge. This is maybe informal of me.
Yeah.
You guys ever get cream cheese on a bagel?
Yeah.
That it's so creamed cheese on both sides that when you put them together, you're like squeezing out a whole ton
and
of
it's
cream
not
cheese.
it's not very efficient. You should have it where
Simple.
It has room to move when you bite.
No, but have you ever had a bagel with cream cheese on one side and you get it all over your nose
And beard?
Guess what? If both halves are together, that's not happening. You're protected. Because if there's too much cream cheese on the bagel, you could simply remove the excess and go back. But if you have too much on one side, you're eating it like it's how.
I feel like that allows you more surface area to consume more cream cheese. If you could have both sides separately, you don't have to squeeze any off.
Yeah.
You just eat. I get what you're saying. That there's
Everything-
It's just a clean
Okay.
an everything bagel.
An everything bagel.
Yeah.
You need room for everything.
Okay.
What?
What?
If you're
Whoa,
putting
what?
pitching us the everything bagel,
if you're
that's
putting
already a
two,
thing.
if you're, I don't know.
We're sold on it.
If you're, oh, yeah.
No, go on.
No,
You
Well,
got a
my
to
point
make.
point
Go
was
on.
that it has to be an endless bagel. If you're
Now it's
putting,
an endless
if you're
everything
putting
bagel.
two, if
What are
you're
you
putting
sick?
it back together, you're limiting the amount of things.
No, you're
I
not.
like the idea of you ordering an everything bagel and then thinking you get everything in the store.
You just
You go, wait, what?
Everything.
I put a
Coffee?
laptop between it.
You're like, hey, wait, where's
Yeah.
my coffee? You're like,
Have
what?
this iPhone.
You didn't order a coffee. You're like,
iPhone 17 here
I got an
between my.
everything
I
bagel.
got an everything bagel.
That comes with everything.
Yeah, can I take the cash register?
I'm just stapling clothing to my bagel.
I appreciate that we are in cities that have biblical names and you're playing to God's ruling on
Yeah.
bagels. You're sort of swaying me. I think
That's what I like. That's what I
think
like.
that the bagel as a whole, but I don't like to dictate that. To our original point, anybody who says how you have to think, whether it's go birds,
Sure.
fuck Trump, you got to be skeptical about
Or in
anybody.
Chris's case, a whole different argument. But go ahead.
Sure, but this guy is essentially saying you have to eat a bagel fully.
No,
Like,
we're just saying
well,
in the bagel is at its most pure form when it's.
he seemed to be suggesting that it was meant to be eaten.
I think
as a
he
full.
my client did say that. That
he's
is
what
he
he's
means.
doing. He's shaming this girl. his
No,
girlfriend.
he's not shaming.
He's shaming his
He
girlfriend.
seems to be suggesting she's doing something wrong.
He's a misogynist.
And
I don't think he's.
you know, speculation. I'll call on myself, but he is a misogynist.
that seems
Yeah,
unfair.
yeah,
Overruled. don't bring misogyny into
way
this.
overruled.
Yeah. Your
Way
blue-haired
overruled.
tactics do not work in my Portland courtroom.
I'm striking that from the record
Yeah,
as
you
well.
better
I was ordained in Portland, Oregon. None of that misogyny stuff.
Ordained. Now you're a
Don't pull
minister.
any race cards either. This is,
Yeah.
If the jury, I love when they ask the jury to forget things in
Yeah.
court.
They don't. You can't say that. Oh,
They're
you
like,
do that, yeah.
can you forget
Strike
that this
that from the
man
record.
just
There was no forget any mentions of misogyny. Everyone here loves women. This is a gender neutral
Okay.
case.
Okay. Can I?
Okay, if you want to reframe the argument,
I want to add to it.
That, I've had my closing argument, so you could make.
What is your closing? What's your?
Well, I've already been, besides the obvious character
as you know,
flaws of the
as you know, a bagel has two very different sides. The undercarriage and the overcarriage are different. Okay.
concede that.
Now, one of these sides is better to eat on its own. Can we agree on that?
The base.
Yes, the base is better to eat on its own.
Yes.
So then when you're consuming a bagel that way, you have a less good experience than when you eat just the top, right? So when you eat them both together, you do not have to have a better side and a not better side. You're consuming how it's intended to be made as its total package. It's a team. It's a team.
Okay, but I might have agreed with flawed reasoning because a well-cut bagel could be.
No.
Do you think there's always a better half?
There's because it's baked. It's
Yeah.
baked. At the bottom.
There is a base.
There's a base.
It's not a donut.
Let me ask you a question. You familiar with tennis?
Yeah.
You ever heard of doubles?
Yeah.
Okay, now
you
got to.
ever heard of doubles?
Are you familiar with tennis?
Yes.
Sport?
Yes.
Doubles. You got a doubles team. One person, very strong player. The other teammate, not so strong, but they make a great team, and they win Wimbledon. On their own, neither one.
Wimbledon.
That's what I said.
With a D.
Hey, now we knew what he meant.
That's what I said. But neither one on their own can win Wimbledon. What does that tell you? They're better as a unit. They're better as a unit, and that's what I say about bagels.
Because if you separate them, you have to experience a poorer half,
Mm-hmm.
and then together you just get to experience
As it's intended.
as it's intended, which was the guy's original argument.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any final arguments?
That's tough.
It's just way more. It's way more simpler than that. I think Tyler, was trying to appeal
Don't
to.
tell him what I was trying to do.
Trying to appeal to
No,
the emotion.
Objection. He doesn't know. You can't.
Sustained.
I'm listening.
I think it goes back to the basics. We're going to hear. We have heard lots of arguments that twist and turn the emotions of everything. But when deep down,
This has been a
it
roller
comes down
coaster.
to the general experience of, just like in politics, people know what they feel. Politicians can say all kinds of shit about, this is, I'm going to do this. People know what they're feeling, and this guy is feeling, first of all, I don't want
like he's about to win.
I don't want to say misogynistic, but my client has been a victim of bagel abuse in the relationship, and that's where I just think you should be able to do
Objection.
what
My-
you want.
my client
You
is
should
just
not have
trying-
to follow the rules
not abuse,
by
not
a
abuse.
man,
My client in the
white straight man.
The opposite. The opposite.
That's when you know you're losing.
Yeah, the opposite to the opposing view. My client is not abusing your client. Okay? My client is simply trying to show your client the way to show him the light. The way to pure bagel enjoyment. And that's when
He's trying to close the light. He's trying to
teammates,
close the light.
Both teams come together. Maybe there's a little
We need to
sausage.
open our minds and our bagels.
No, there's the bagel. Two halves of a bagel. They have their own different identities, but when they're together, they're at its most effective.
And that is the way a bagel was
That's why it's
intended
baked
to
that
be
way.
consumed.
That's why you don't flip it and bake the rest on the top. It's not two equal sides.
No, it's because it's a cushioning, nice
no.
top bite.
A bagel isn't two equal halves.
You can't have
They're
hardness on.
Your Honor, the bagel the bagel is not two equal halves, right? They are two halves. They're not equal. They both bring different positives to the table, and then when you combine them, they're at its best. And it's hard to even argue that. But I appreciate being the opportunity to do so.
Yeah. I think a bagel was intended to be consumed together, even if it was split to add condiments. However, in this era of people telling you how you got to eat your bagels and go to the bathroom and vote, I don't want to be a judge who tells people this is how you have to eat a bagel and it's the best way. The best way in my court is how you feel.
This must be a Fifth Circuit judge.
So I rule in favor of the defendant.
The girlfriend.
Damn,
you're on a win streak.
Bagels,
I thought I had that one.
despite being best consumed together, should be free to be experienced however you want.
That's fair.
That's my ruling.
I mean, I really can't. I can't argue with that ruling. I appreciate it.
In a month, though,
it's honorable. You can't.
It's honorable.
Give me another month of being free from Portland. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some really stringent rulings.
You're gonna definitely get more bagel and hot dog opinions.
Yes,
It's also funny in court. You never see lawyers do. You never see them look at each other and go,
that would be awesome.
Keep winning. What the fuck?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
If someone made a good point and one of the lawyers who was going to lose is like,
that was good. That was good. I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, you would love to see a little more emotion.
Well,
team sports of lawyers.
But then their clients would have to be like,
what the fuck?
come on.
You forgot to do that? What?
All right. Well, yeah, we got to the very end of the podcast.
I appreciate
we
it.
made it. Do you want to do plugs? Do you want to tell people where to find you? What you got coming up?
I'm at Brent. And let's see. I got a roast battle against Adam Flick on March 25th at Rosie's Taco Bar, Club 624, right there on 6th and Bainbridge or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you see Brent out, welcome him.
Oh, please do.
Welcome
Everybody's been so nice.
Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if one comic wants to be mean to me, the whole time I was here, everybody was so nice. I was like, someone be an asshole to me, please.
Nobody. Yeah, but that's just. I think that I don't know.
It'll happen. Comics we're all like territorial, and insecure.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be an asshole, but they've been very friendly, and I appreciate it.
Cool.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Excited for the show.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I don't have
anything to.
Mays Theater, featuring Dave Landau.
Oh hell yeah!
On the 21st, March 21st.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hosting for Canaan at Helium this weekend.
This weekend.
Oh,
this
dude,
weekend, yeah.
We're gonna be hanging in the green room.
Hell yeah, are you there?
He's a Portland guy, so we're doing guest spots.
Fuck yeah.
Me and Imani are gonna do guest spots.
Hell yes,
Look at that, bringing people
That's
together.
a great get. He's the best. And they just added a 6th show.
Yeah, I just saw that. Sweet. Now I'm really pumped.
I like how you were like, I don't have anything, and
Well,
then you
like
waited for
hosting.
everyone else to go, and then you go, I'm on Kyle.
I'm hosting.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
he's
Helium.
on 6 sold out shows at Helium Comedy Club.
But
They will
I had
sell-
nothing to do with
They
selling.
might not all sell out, but they should. He's
the best.
He's the man.
He's the best. But yeah, if you have any petty disputes, let us know. There's like a Google form that you could submit the petty dispute for, and we'll do what we did. We'll come, put it. We'll get an honorable judge to preside, and we'll see put it on trial.
Yeah.
Thanks for respecting my ruling. I knew it didn't sit well with you, but you respected it.
You have to. That's
part of the business.
job. It's part of the job. Yeah. I am on a losing streak, but
You'll get him.
I'll get him back.
Yeah, but before that, you had like 4 in a row.
I know. It's just things go in waves, man. Life is crazy like that.
Streaky.
All right. See ya.